Okay, let's draw the slab. So basically we start off with a new drawing. We use the ACAD ISO 3D DWT and we go open. So we are presented with this, and basically the slab is 8 meters by 15 or 15 by 8. So let's, how are we going to do it? Okay, so it's 100 millimeters deep. So let's just create a box. It's a good idea to start thinking about layering as well. But I won't go into it right now, but let's just see how we're going to do it. I'm going to use a box. I will start from 0, 0. I will take Kim's idea on board there. And we'll go from 0, 0, 0. And you notice I'm using the third Z direction there, just for the hell of it. We start thinking 3D, so it's good to start including that Z direction as well. So let's go at 15,000, 8,000, and enter. And now it's asking me to go how high it is. So let's go 100. And there's my slab. Done. Beautiful slab. All right. How are we going to do these columns? Or or posts. Let's start again. They're actually footings. Okay. So let's start with this thing here. Polysolid. Okay. Polysolid. Let's set up the height for one thing. It says they're 500 high. So let's go with 500. And let's go with a width of 350, and let's do the usual justification of left, and away we go. I suppose we start, I'll start off from anywhere, just here will do. We go 8, let's just put ortho on, and let's go 8 meters that way. Hopefully that's working. Just zoom in there. Can we see? Let's go 8,000. We can just double check it afterwards. Hopefully we are right. 15 the other way. Was that 15? Yep, 15,000. Down to 8,000. And C for close. Oh, what's happening there? I typed C for close. I thought something is going wrong. Let's go close. No, that worked. Okay. Let me just double check that what I've put in actually is correct. All right. Always use the distance command for that.
Andrea,
yes, sir.
Can you just show us how you got the thickness and all that before you started going around?
Yep.
Rectangle?
Yeah. That's all part of the options of the command.
You started anywhere, and then what do you do?
No, I didn't start anywhere. I first clicked the command, then I went, clicked on the height, and I set that to 500. Then I clicked on the width and I set that to 350. Then the justification and set that to left. All right. So then I started going around like a normal polyline. So you don't have to necessarily try and keep up with me, but at least watch it for now, and it'll be up on the YouTube eventually anyway. Okay, and I can play it back right immediately. So let's go measure this. I'm going to use the DI for distance command and just see what we got here diagonally. Oh, I'm in the middle of the command. DI. From there, take off the ortho, just go diagonally. Notice I'm measuring diagonally across. All right, this is a little trick here. I'm doing it diagonally because that will give me the X and the Y direction immediately. And it just disappeared. If I press F2, it will come back. It didn't look right. It's 15 by 8,000, it says. So I might have measured one of them wrong. It's a weird number. So let's just double check. Let me put the wireframe on. Make sure I'm clicking on the right spot. So I'm going to go distance, DI. Got to be very careful in 3D to right there. Yeah, definitely there's something wrong with my setup here. Something went wrong. So we're about 175 millimeters bigger along the length. So I'm not sure why that's happened. You reckon I didn't have my ortho on? Yeah. Let's just, we'll erase and do it again. All right, so if you go polysolid, we'll start, I didn't have the ortho on, you're right, I have it on now. But let's go, hopefully that was it, 8,000. We'll go down, and you can do it in wireframe as you can see there. Let's go to 15,000. it's not showing up. Let's go 8,000, and let's go C, enter. Let's do the DI for distance now. Click. Something wrong in, maybe it's not justified to center. Let's have a look. Justify, no, it's left. Not sure why, but let's see if we can sort it out. I don't think stretch will work on this. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Okay, so this is a problem with this 3D stuff. They don't, you can't change them. It's not like Revit, for example. Okay, so that's not working.
Might have been when you justified it to the left.
Yeah, I did justify to the left, but
Justified it to the centre.
well, then we have to compensate for, we have to take off 350 off the length and the width.
Oh,
Yeah, which normally this will work. I'm not sure why it's not working, and it's a bit. It's only because I'm probably.
Same procedure
Yeah.
that I just used my snaps.
So what we're going to do, I think, because it's not working, is just draw just a rectangle using just a rectangle command, and we're just going to do rectangle. Click somewhere and just do at 15,000, 8,000, and we use that to trace from. All the other settings can stay the same for the polysolid, and all of this just go there, to the end of that line there. If you can't see, you can shift key, middle mouse button, and come around just to make sure you're getting the right thing, and you can swivel around halfway through the command and just keep going around like that, and then C for close with the last one, or just click on the close, and there it is. Now, in theory, that should be all okay, and if we use the DI for distance command, it should be okay. DI, enter, select the end of that and the end of that, and if we read that here, it says 15 in the X and 8 in the Y, and that's finally correct. We've got that extra line underneath, we can just delete, but we'll move the whole thing over anyway, so the line can stay behind. So, how do we do the rest of it? Well, another polysolid here, from the middle of that, shift right click will give us the object snaps, midpoint, from there to shift right click, because my object snap is not on, to midpoint there. Oh yeah, midpoint, I think it is there. If we just enter, yes, just enter to finish it off. Okay, so there you go. So that's that. Now I'll leave. I don't think we. Okay, maybe how do this other bit? The other bit, I would draw a line that goes over the top of that. But maybe just for this exercise, I'll create a layer called Sketch, so it'll be a different color, so you can see it better. New layer, Sketch. And we'll give that a different color. We should be using layering anyway. Slab should be in slab. Let's go for the index color. Yeah, same one. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so now I can draw a line that goes from here to there. And I'll put this line here. Okay, this line here. Move that into the correct layer, which is, I can't find the layer, see there, in the sketch layer, so hopefully we can see it a bit better. Okay, well, we can't see it. Let's go X-ray. You can just see that pink line there. Hard to see, isn't it? All right. Okay, so I want it to be there, so let's go with the divide command, div for divide. To try and select this here. If we can't pick that up, put selection cycling on down the bottom here, SC, and just pick on here. It says, see how it's coming up with two things there? I want this line here. All right, it says, so how much do we want to divide it by? We want to divide it into 3 equal segments, so the 3, enter. All right, so what it does, it puts a little dot there. We can't see where the dots are. If I go like that, you can see there now. But you can also go to, if I turn on my menus here, I know where it is on here, I can't find it on the ribbon quickly, but under format, if we go to point style, we can change that to be an X and go OK. And now we can see the crosses better. So now that I can see the crosses better, I can go polysolid. I can latch onto them by going shift right click and getting the node object snap, which is latches onto points. Mind you, this is going to draw it up the top. And perpendicular to that one there. Enter, enter. And really I have to drop this down a little bit, but I can, sorry, we stuffed that one up. Let me just erase that one. We should really be going polysolid, but changing the settings to center this time. So all we're going to change is the justification to center. And now we can go from the node, shift right click, node, pick up that, perpendicular to, shift right click, perpendicular to that. There, enter, enter. Right, and we just have to move this one down by 500. Move from there at 0 in the X, 0 in the Y, and 500. That's the old-fashioned way of doing it. And minus 500 in the Y. Drops it down. Now I can copy this thing, CO for copy, select that, from shift right click, node, there, to shift right click, node, node, not picking up the node, shift right click, node, got to make sure you pick up the node, there. Okay, enter to finish, there it is. Now all we'll do is just erase these lines and that line there we can erase as well, or just leave it there for now, whatever. Highlight the line and delete. Okay, so basically that's it. All we've got to do is just union this thing to be just one thing and we're done. So click the union and highlight all that, enter, and this is okay, ready to be shifted underneath that. I'll do that in the next recording. Right click and stop.